Batgirl month here on BRBTV because we have a terrific TV Batgirl and we have a terrific non-TV Batgirl. And you know, both of these girls are pretty new. It is a new item, but it is of a slightly vintage variety or vintage nature because it's from the 1990s, the TV show Batman the Animated Series that first aired in 1992 and ran a few years on varying networks and then was retooled into the new Batman adventures in 1996-97 or so. So this is Batgirl, and this is how she originally appeared on Batman the Animated Series as the Barbara Gordon alter ego with her gray leotard with yellow and blue accoutrements. And this appears to be like a little figurine or statue, and she's got some kind of number on the bottom. And she comes with a comic book, so I love that. This is part of a series, and it is by Eaglemoss Hero Collector. And we'll take a look at the back. There are 6. She's number 6 of 6 in Series 2. And these evidently are the others in that series too. Mr. Freeze, Scarecrow, Riddler, Two-Face, and Catwoman. And so it says, inspired by Batman and her police commissioner father, Barbara Gordon became Batgirl. Oh, don't we know it? There's also a special #1 Clayface over 7 inches high. Now this came out in 2018, and that is when I received it from my friend Mike last year as of shoot time in 2018, and I tucked it away until I had some room in the schedule to take a look at it. With the newer toys like this, I do try to get them into the schedule as quickly as I can, but I get, you know, a few special requests and things along the way, and I do tend to make a lot of edits to the production schedule as it moves along. But here she is at last, the Barbara Gordon Batgirl from Batman the Animated Series. All right, so let's free her of her package. I did notice, and I didn't notice this when I first got it, that, you know, there's this plastic edging along here for the card and the casing, and there's actually tape on it, which I just noticed before starting to shoot. It's kind of hard to see, but there are strips of tape along the side. I don't know if that was from when it was originally packaged or that was placed on it somewhere along the way. I don't believe it's been opened. It doesn't appear to have been opened because this is really, you know, this edge is really tight. But we'll see how we can. Actually, I could probably even slip out the comic book there and maybe even the rest of her. Now I'll go along the bottom here too. Now, I have not opened her, but if anybody else has, that's a pating that I'm going to silence. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's see if we can get this out. And there's the card, which has little rubber spacers on it, too. I'm just going to take the figure out here. I'm not going to keep the card or anything. All right, we'll set that aside and look at the figurine herself. Yeah, at first when I got this I thought, oh, another action figure, but no, it's not really. It's like a little figurine or statue. So we'll take her out of there. Okay, put the casing aside. Messy tape, and here she is. Fairly heavy. All right, and I love how on the stand she's got the emblem of Batman the Animated Series, the Batman with the moon behind him. You can see that. She's permanently affixed there, of course. Got her blue cape and blue gloves, yellow bat, yellow utility belt, blue boots. Her costume did change over the years on that animated series. And then the color red of her hair, I think, is pretty accurate because on the show it was almost like this burnt, it looked like this burnt orange color at times, and you can see it there too. Like it's got a lot of brown in it.
Right, and on the bottom you have again the logo of Batman the Animated Series, the emblem. It says Batgirl AAM0900. It's got a tiny trademark and copyright DC Comics. All right, a little bit of felt along the bottom too with that sticker, the decal on it. Okay, let's take a look at the comic book. It's very thin. It's like an abbreviated comic book for us. We'll look at the back. Maybe it's not a comic, maybe it's an advertising. Also available when an actor, fallen from grace, turned to a mobster for help. He was instead transformed into a dangerous, shape-shifting figure of clay. Okay, so here's all 6 in Series 2, or Wave 2, they're calling it here, including a Clayface special. Let's open this book up. Remember, I'm discovering this just like you are, kind of like live TV. Eaglemoss Collections. It's got some copyright information, office contact information. Oh, okay, so this is telling more about the design of this figurine, the pose. Barbara Gordon was raised to be confident. Here she exudes that self-assurance and even has a smile on her face as she prepares to face off against Gotham City's darkest denizens. And then the costume. Her costume is inspired by the Batman. Gray suit, blue cape and cowl, etc. So this is more the making of the figure. Okay, so a little bit more about Batgirl here. Call sheet, voiced by Melissa Gilbert originally. Then for Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, it was Mary Kay Bergman, and then Tara Sharondoff, the new Batman Adventures. Yeah, different voices for Batgirl over the years. So yeah, a little bit more about her. Huh, okay. And then the Gotham City Police Department. And Friends and Foes. So it's not so much a comic book as just a little informational booklet to tell you more about the character and the other characters that she's related to in this animated series. Friends and Foes, Dick Grayson, Riddler, Harley and Ivy, Nora Freeze, Talia. The Batman Adventures number 18. Batgirl received her own animated style special just in time for the 1997 holiday season. See, that still shows her previous design before it became the new Batman Adventures. But here in the comic book called the Batman Adventures. So it says Batgirl Adventures number 1, set in the continuity of the new Batman Adventures TV show. Saw the heroine team up with Harley Quinn to rescue an incarnated Poison Ivy. Okay, yeah, I've got that downstairs. Credit box. Okay, so a little bit more about that. I definitely remember that. That's a good one. I loved that cover. Got that downstairs. So a little bit more about the comic books. All right, well, a nice set and a new figurine to go on my Batgirl shelves, plural, downstairs. It used to be just one shelf, but they have spilled over into other shelves, as you've seen in some of these prior episodes. Okay, so cool. So, in a couple weeks, later this month, we will take a look at the new, very big Batgirl figure by Mego that just came out for terrific non-TV toys. So keep it tuned to BRBTV.